So every Halloween, Hulu come out with a bunch of horror films called their like Halloween segments. And they're a bit hit or miss for me. A lot of them are a bit interesting and have good premises, but don't really execute on it well. Appendage is such a Halloween film, but I'm not sure it executed as well as I want, but I had a little bit of fun with it. Let's jump in. A young fashion designer's life spirals as her darkest inner thoughts manifest into something gruesome that won't stop growing. So first of all, the things that really worked in this is the creature feature, the design, fantastic old school look. Reminded me of films like The Thing, Body Snatchers, a number of other films come into mind, even a particular an X-Files episode, a couple of X-Files episodes reminded me of that. The creature feature, the makeup, prosthetics, all of that works really well. The score works well, the acting is good, the dialogue for the most part is believable. And then there's the theme of the manifestation of all those horrible feelings that turns into an appendage and becomes an entity of its own. That's an interesting idea, but this film takes a long time getting to the bits that you want, and it also spoon feeds you a lot of the time. So you think that you know something, you figured it out, and then the film will show you what has happened as if like we're thick and haven't figured it out. It doesn't do that all the time, but it does it enough to be a little bit irritating. Now the idea of the twist at the end I think works well, and I'll talk about the ending at the end and doing an end explain, but for now the movie itself doesn't outstay its welcome because it's not too long. It's an hour and 34 minutes long, and I didn't feel the time. I was surprisingly engaged because it was gross in the parts that needed to be because of that real life aesthetics of the prosthetic makeup, and then the balancing of the real life nature of the physical manifestations of that appendage, and trying to figure out how she's going to live her life with this new sort of life. When there's a twist in the film and it shapes to be something else, I saw that coming a mile away. That's not to say I didn't enjoy the film from that point afterwards. I kind of wanted to see where it was going to go with it. I think the ending is predictable, but it is an enjoyable Halloween movie that I think you'll enjoy for the most part. But don't expect this to be something brilliant or, overly new. It does a similar formula. You can guess most things, but I think you'll find that you might enjoy it as a one-time watch. I'm going to give this 3 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
You got one. Congratulations.
Now, talking about the ending. So talking about the ending, this is your warning. If you didn't figure it out, obviously the appendages are their DNA twins, sort of. You have to put a bit of disbelievability in there to understand what's gone on really. And all the people in the circle where she goes for help, our main protagonist, they're already their doppelgangers basically. And they've become the alternate versions of themselves and are feeding off their human surrogates. What happens at the end when the human protagonist intervenes in saving her boyfriend and her best friend's there with her and she cuts off her sucker bit, she loses a lot of blood, but that's not what ultimately defeats her. It's them accepting this kind of human nature bit of what it is and being a part of them, which is what they kind of each do with their doppelganger persons, which is why you have to kind of keep it alive. It's a kind of play on your emotions and being in control and standing up for yourself. I guess it's not hiding the fact that it's preaching a little bit about what we need to do and take control and don't let others be in a toxic relationship, that kind of thing. Be strong and stand up for yourself. When she confides in this thing, gives it a kiss, you immediately leaves color, loses that power. But it's like that shadow demon, always kind of there. You have to keep it in check, but it's always going to be a part of you. That's basically what they were saying with this, by kind of giving it a physical form, which is an interesting way to go. My appendage is an anime character, as you can see. If you had one appendage that would grow out of a weakness that you have, what do you think that would manifest as? It's an interesting premise. I'm not sure it was executed expertly, but it was a fun one-time watch. Thanks so much for watching this. Let me know your thoughts down below, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.